What's up? Hello, everyone. How we doing? It's Tuesday.
There's a very big emphasis on doing.
You see what I put up with over here? You see what I put up with here?
A lot of energy.
I want Tuesdays to be special for everyone. How's everyone doing?
Tuesdays are special.
Hold on. How's everyone doing?
Yeah.
Sound off.
Some Joey from Friends.
Some Joey from Friends doing.
Doing.
What's up, guys? Looks like we've got Storming Thrills. I knew this was going to be kind of a lighter night, so don't feel bad about the
We're getting close to the holidays.
We are getting close to the holidays. Crystal, what's up?
Crystal.
What's going on, Mandy? I know we saw Tim. Thank God it's Livestream Tuesday. I feel you, man. I feel you.
Thank God it's not Monday anymore.
Yeah, true that. Connor!
Hey!
What's up, man? Nice to see you. Connor's been a busy man. We're honored by his presence.
Juggle work and school at the same time.
Everyone's juggling something. Hey, LW Ariel.
Thank you.
So real quick, guys, I just want to throw this out there since they're on the stream. Please do check out this YouTube channel and all of their socials. They also work with Field of Streams, the haunt that we worked with this past season, and they did an incredible racing drone long shot.
Yeah, that was so cool.
You guys, please drop like the official term in the comments because I'm sure I'm abusing it, but it's such a cool shot and it goes on for so long and it's so well rehearsed. It was so cool. So definitely check them out. They got a budding YouTube presence that I definitely want to prosper this year. It is Taco Tuesday as well.
I did not have tacos.
I didn't either. I had noodles.
I did last week, but I didn't have them.
Connor is a taken man, y'all. All right. I don't want to get too far off track because I have a feeling that we are going to get into the weeds on stuff we have to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
But before we go anywhere, I do want to throw it out as I usually do, that we do have social presences that are constantly behind. We're really trying, guys. We're really trying. I can't even tell you.
I thought the website was...
The website is caught up.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, in general, our socials are usually behind. But Instagram is where we do most of our posting right now. We're really trying to build a presence there because we want to do fun, interactive things with Instagram in the parks. So please do follow us there if you haven't. Tim and Katie on Facebook, slightly less important, but it is fun to follow both places because sometimes we post stuff in one place and not the other. And then the website, timandkt.net, is usually where we do our opinion pieces and all that. There's cool stuff there. It's largely an SEO presence, but we are starting to build out some news stuff on there as well. So all of that and more lies before you. Please go ahead and follow. And if you haven't, just a reminder that there's a thumbs up button right below the screen, which would really help us out if you go ahead and click that. But let's give you something to thumbs up here. We do have a lot to talk about here tonight. So, guys, we have been teasing since I think the last live stream, but really, you know, for some of the people that we talk to on the regular, we have been dropping these little, like, can't tell you anything yet, but we have a couple things coming up that we need to talk about. First of all is the short-term plans that we have for the next two weeks, right? It's like this Saturday and then through the end of the year.
It will come quickly and be over too soon.
All the rest of pretty much all through spring this stuff is going to start rolling out. So before we go anywhere else, let's talk about a trip announcement. I think it's kind of a given when we say big surprise and then we put a big map on the thumbnail that there's going to be some sort of trip announcement. There's going to be more than one trip. So that's part of the announcement. But let's focus on the short term.
Oh, wait. More than one destination?
More than one trip over the span of the next year.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about, remember, we're talking about the future of the channel, not just like the next 2 weeks.
Yes. Sorry.
So
I'm focused on one trip at a time.
I can't do that, or else nothing will get booked and nothing will ever happen. I have to plan. Like, we got plans out to 2024. I'm not even kidding. Like, hard plans out through 2024, and then 2025 we have soft plans on like sections of the calendar. Anyway, let's talk about this particular trip. So this particular trip, I will say, in just a little bit of a drum roll, we have been planning this for quite some time. We're going to one place that we have been before, one place that we have never been, and I think for the two of us together, since we got married, this will be the longest trip we've ever taken.
Yes.
You thought I was going to say something else, and you were about to be like,
no,
I could see it on your face. You were like, careful now.
No, I thought you were going to say this is going to be our first Christmas trip, which is also true.
I guess it is, yeah, our first Christmas trip. We're going to be away for the holidays this year.
You said it's the longest trip, and I'm like, I also agree with that.
I will say we have one more vlog coming out from Hershey Park this Thursday, so don't fear, there will be one more vlog from us from the Hershey holiday series. I know everyone's been asking about Candy Lane for the past couple of weeks, so that's still coming. But as far as our trip that is right around the corner, let's start with the short-term plans. So, where are we going? We have 2 destinations on this trip. Technically, multiple destinations, but 2 regions.
Actual destinations.
We are going to Oahu, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, in Hawaii. It's where Honolulu is. It's also where some of you may know Disney's Aulani Resort is. We are staying at Disney's Aulani Resort.
Time for my costume change. Woo! Oh no, my hair. Hopefully it won't do this in real life.
Well, if you have to do quick changes, just be like, if you saw me quick change, then no, you didn't. We can edit around it. Live streams are hard. Live streams are hard because you can't edit anything. If I say something stupid, there's no going back.
Well, I will look cuter when I actually wear these. Anyway.
Oahu is probably the densest of the Hawaiian Islands at the moment. It has pretty much the most metropolitan areas clustered around Honolulu, where you fly into the airport. And once we fly into the airport, we are actually being picked up and taken to the Aulani Resort. And that is where we will be staying for, get this, 1 week.
1 week.
A whole week.
Thanks to stockpiling Disney Vacation Club.
So yeah, a little bit of background on this. We joined the Disney Vacation Club. If you're not familiar, it's Disney's private timeshare program. Basically, you get a small investment opportunity with the Disney company, a private loan afforded to you, and then you get to stay at Disney World, Disneyland, wherever you can find space on a points basis a couple times a year. In our case, probably once for a long time each year. So at Aulani, where there are no Disney parks, Aulani points are a little bit cheaper. So even we're staying actually up until Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. So during that stay, which would typically be very expensive, I believe. Now we did the math on this, and we looked at like the actual retail dollar for dollar price of the room we're staying in. $8,000. $8,000 for the time we're trying to stay there. So this is pretty cool to be able to stay there.
This does feel like the most impactful use of our DVC points since we signed up. It's
insane, the value. And we're not, by the way, we're not selling you on DVC points. No. There are other things that make it like cumbersome and whatnot.
There's definitely not for everyone, and we may regret it one day, but we don't regret it yet.
Now we're trying to make the most of it. So it's important to note that this trip we've stockpiled points. We've been planning this for years, so we're only able to stay as long as we are, and in the room that we got an ocean view room, which is pretty cool. Excited. We're only able to stay this long in this way because of how we've stockpiled for the past year and a half. So we're super excited to be doing this. We are going to be staying for 1 week. I'm seeing so many comments fly in, and I've been ignoring all of them.
Fantastic, Kaylee. Can't wait for the Aulani vlog.
Oh, we'll talk about it. Don't say
vlogs.
We'll talk about it. We have a plan.
There will be more than one.
I'm glad you stayed on for long enough for the announcement. So. That's why I like to get straight to the point.
I don't want to keep them in suspense. I do love my.
Which small shop did you get those from? Do you remember?
Oh no.
Oh, we'll put it in the description at some point after.
Yeah, I'll put it.
We should have thought of that.
I know where
it came from an Etsy shop.
Yeah, most of my ears are small shop apps.
I have a Hawaiian shirt, Connor, but I do not wear it often because I look like one of the tourists that Lilo takes pictures of.
That's not true. You're stealing my quote.
I am stealing your quote. It was a good quote.
Thanks, Andy. So he's never been to Hawaii.
I've never been.
I've been once on a Norwegian cruise.
But did you go to Oahu?
No, I don't know. You ask me that every time I mention that I've been to Hawaii before.
Which gives you that much more time to prepare a response.
If anyone is familiar with Hawaii, I know I've been to Maui and I've been to Waikiki Beach. If that's on the main island, I don't know.
Waikiki Beach is Oahu.
Then I've been to Oahu.
Okay. But not Pearl Harbor.
I have not been to Pearl Harbor.
Where Tim wants to go.
No, I've not been to Pearl Harbor.
I will say, we'll dive into it. We're going to go over our itinerary, but we do not have plans right now to visit Pearl Harbor. We do have a couple of rest days where we can do pretty much anything we want as long as we can find a ride. But the thing of it is, Aulani is about an hour away from the denser Honolulu area where Pearl Harbor and all of the museums are.
We also don't want to, we'll get into what we're doing.
We don't want to overload.
You did not want to do too much because what's important to me about this vacation is that it actually feels a little bit like a vacation.
We do tend to rush
downtime.
Why can't I get my hat?
Oh, I can't get my ears.
It's all like mirror reflected. And I feel like I'm like the Mad
I feel like I'm really
lopsided,
but it's probably because there's just this ancient pair of ears on my head.
Hi! Born in Hawaii.
Oh, thanks.
I feel like I am going to absolutely butcher that name, so I will not try to pronounce it, but thank you so much for yes, it is going to be super fun, and I am super proud to know fellow Native Hawaiian. I'm not a Native Hawaiian, sorry, I should have said fellow, but I know some other Native Hawaiians in my circle that are very excited about this trip as well. So
it is
always glad to add to the
beautiful state with a lot of
welcome
just
to
natural beauty.
Thank you for joining. All right, let's get into the specifics because I know everyone's chopping at the bit. We keep dovetailing and then saying we're going to say something else. Oh, hold on. A new comment. It's not showing up on the Streamyard yet, but okay. There we go. Pronounced Corey, spelled differently. Okay. Corey. Thank you. Thank you for saving me the embarrassment of what I absolutely would have done wrong. So, as a result of this trip, which is, again, a two-pronged trip, we're going to be staying at two different resorts, areas, regions. The first place we're going, obviously, is the Aulani Resort. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Aulani Resort, this is a Disney-owned resort that is not next to any parks, which initially, when you think about that, you're like, well, then what is there? I'll tell you what there is. There's characters. There's a privately owned beach with a enclosed lagoon, several infinity pools, a spa, which is fabulously expensive, but that is the Disney standard.
At Disney price?
Hawaii at Disney pricing is like the most expensive thing you can possibly do in life. But what you're looking at here in this image is basically the backyard of the Aulani Resort. It's one giant water park, and it goes on for acres and acres and acres. Right down to the beach where they do have, just the standard private beach with the crystal blue. What is wrong with me? Crystal blue Hawaiian water that everyone sees in pictures. And then we have all the water slides and whatnot inland. And there's like Lazy River. What you're seeing there at the bottom right or bottom left rather is like a kids area, like a splash pad, but it's also apparently traversable.
And that kind of greenish looking water is the lagoon.
The snorkel reef.
Snorkel lagoon.
Rainbow Reef, I think it's called. So they do fish feedings, they do snorkeling. We're going to try to stay on campus as much as possible during this trip because there's just so much to do at this resort. So we'll be covering quite a bit.
I fully intend to do more than one dip in the pool, which has been tradition for like all of our other stays.
To do like every single day in this water area, unless it's pouring, which we can't anticipate, of course.
Just want my bathing suit underneath the dress the whole time.
Just in case.
Yep.
We're also going to be doing a breakout video, which Katie is actually going to lead, featuring the different cocktails at Alani Resort.
I just realized if we're staying there long enough, we might be able to try the whole cocktail.
Yeah,
menu.
we're not staying there for 3 nights and bouncing like we do at the Disney resorts. So there are, I believe, 13 cocktails, signature cocktails that are spread out. And there's like, it's very weird how it's done. So like there's 5 available at one place, and then one of those will carry over to the next place, but then there's 4 brand new ones.
Exactly.
13 total. So we got to do a little bit of hunting to find them all.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over all of that. That's going to be a breakout video. We're going to do a separate breakout video on the water features. What we're not going to do is a proper resort tour, which initially may sound disappointing, but stick with us until the end because we will talk about that too. So all of this and more awaits us at Alani. What we're doing specifically, besides just chilling, we do have a character breakfast booked. Believe it or not, they do have a character breakfast at Alani. There are characters. We have all of the standard Fab Five just appear at random times. We have Lilo and Stitch, as you might expect, because Hawaii. And we have Moana, who is I've never met. Like I've seen her in parades, but I've never met like Moana. Yeah. When we're like those dumb Disney adults that are like super obsessed with characters, so like we're super looking forward to meeting all of these characters sporadically across the island. So that we are looking forward to, I believe. And Kim, I know you are on and off tonight because you're at Mickey's Very Merry, but I believe that there is a Duffy character. I think it's like the turtle.
Yeah.
There's an overlap between like it's like Pokemon Go where you've got like regional characters.
This is where we're going. Okay.
You've got regional characters that are like, because you're that close to
Japan.
Japan. You've got characters that come over from the Tokyo Disneyland Resort. They're trying to lure you.
Kim's comments coming in. We get them on our phones first. It's coming in.
Oh yeah, the turtle, Olu Mel.
I knew Kim is our character aficionado.
I think, and this might not be accurate, but I think Duffy Bear has been spotted at the resort as well. So we obviously have never been to Tokyo Disneyland. We would love to go. We had soft plans on the books to maybe go in the future. TBD. But in the meantime, this is probably the closest we're ever going to get to meeting Duffy characters. So that is the way to live. Live your best life. Be Disney people. So the character breakfast we have booked is called Makahiki. It's a fabulous restaurant that does character breakfast every morning, and it does just regular lunch and dinner meals that are very highly regarded at the resort. We have one of each booked currently, but we probably won't vlog the dinner. It depends very much on what the experience is and how tired we are. The character breakfast we will definitely be bringing to you. We also have a luau booked, which we fully intend to vlog. This, believe it or not, guys, the luau at Disney and honestly at most other Hawaiian resorts and facilities, in Oahu and Honolulu. Across all of this island, luau's are top priority for most people vacationing, so they sell out quick. Our luau for December, we had to book in July. I'm not playing. That is longer than the original advanced dining reservation or dining reservation window for Walt Disney World.
And also, we had, just for your knowledge, we had trouble booking a lot of things in Alani online, and we had to call. But the good news is, guys, as long as you're calling and keeping in mind the time zone, people pick up the phone.
They do.
Quickly.
They do. You don't have to wait on hold.
You're not waiting on hold with the Disney music playing for an hour and a half. They pick up very
Although I don't
quickly.
mind the Disney music playing. I mind the Universal music playing because it's like 10 seconds and it just keeps going.
But anyway, I know a lot of us millennials are scared of calling people on the phone, but don't worry. Call people at Alani. They're very, very nice, and they pick up the phone right away.
The luau, I did not have any trouble booking online, but I had to do it early because they sell out so fast. I mean, literally the next week, December was blocked off, and I'm in Reddit like trying to keep up with the booking windows and everything, and I saw a bunch of people say like, my booking window is closed it looks like for August. I won't be, and this is like in July when our booking window opened. I was like, oh man, no way. You got to be really quick when that window opens. You're like 5 months late. So be aware of that if you're ever trying to. Well, fortunately, at the end of the day, we did book this reservation, so we will be able to bring this experience to you. How much we're allowed to film or how much we're able to film logistically may depend on the vibe. I've not seen a ton of vlogs from the luau's. I know filming is allowed, but we do have some hands-on activities to be aware of as well. Yeah. So we'll do our best, but we will be trying to vlog that for you. We're obviously going to be spending a lot of time at the resort in this pool area, in the water park, having fun. So we'll be bringing a separate breakout video for the water features, because there are many different water attractions at Aulani that we want to talk about, and we figured it would be best to do this all in one video. So we're going to be doing a breakout of that. Then we have a helicopter tour booked,
which is not offered by Aulani.
It's not offered by Aulani. This is one of 2 excursions we have to leave the resort to participate in. And actually, funny thing, we have to go all the way back to the Honolulu airport where we're dropped off, which is an hour away from Aulani. So to accommodate this, and believe me, we looked into this 1,000 different times, 1,000 different ways, logistically trying to plan this out and how it was going to be the cheapest and how it wasn't going to be the cheapest. And in the end, we decided to rent a car. They do have an Enterprise and an Alamo and a couple of, like it's all like a conglomerate, like at the airport, but it's at the Aulani Resort. So they have rental cars at the Aulani Resort. Now, the only thing is their window of operation is like 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. every day on.
So if you're renting a car for a day,
if you're
it's
renting,
really like
you're renting 2 days. You're getting
yeah.
like 1 full day because you got to take it for the night and then you got to return. We're also going to have to pay parking fees for the rental over the course of those 2 days. But that wound up being cheaper than taking like a limo service. And Ubers and Lyfts are plentiful on the island, but they're very, very expensive because they run at different hours, and you know it's obviously based on who wants to work at what times. So all of that has to be considered. We're just renting a car and we're heading back to Honolulu Airport for our, it's about an hour's tour. We did doors off because we thought that was going to be the most fun way to experience helicopter flight. We've never been in a helicopter.
I was actually thinking about this today and I was like, how early can I get a shot of alcohol in me? Because I might need
it. You sit up front. You're lighter than I am, so we have to balance out the helicopter.
I don't know. It's not about the doors off thing. It's about, I don't think I've ever been inside an aircraft that small before.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
I have a little bit of claustrophobia.
Well, not with the doors off. You'll be able to stretch your arms out. It'll be fun.
I'm not like that worried about it. I just know it's coming. I may need some liquid encouragement.
There's not, I'm sure you can get something. There's not a lot of vlogs from this helicopter company during this experience. So we are hoping to bring this vlog to you guys in a way that is digestible and fun, as we try to do. It will be 100% GoPro because we are not going to risk taking the hands-on camera.
No, nothing.
But it is good. Well, I'm going to bring my phone.
I'm not bringing my phone.
I have cargo pants. So keep it locked down. I'm just not going to text
sticking them in my girl pocket, unless if I had a jacket with zipper pockets, maybe.
The other excursion that we have booked currently, and this is, again, very far away, but on the opposite side of the island, is at the Kailua Ranch. We are going to be taking a, not ATV, but UTV tour.
Which is a big
utility
ATV.
Task vehicle. It's a big ATV with a cage. So as adults that are of legal driving age, we were able to rent our own ATV, but we're going to be moving with a tour group. And what are we going to be touring?
The mountains of Hawaii, where they filmed
there we
Jurassic
go.
World.
I was like, would you like to specify?
Well, I was saying, setting the scene.
We have chosen to take the 2-hour tour that leads you through all the filming locations. If you're not aware, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World were both filmed at, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom were all filmed on Oahu in, there's a specific name for the valley, but I can't remember what it is right now. So, you know, sorry to put the Googling on you.
I think it starts with a K. I want to say
well, Kailua Ranch is where the
that's probably what I'm thinking of then.
Depot is. But the valley itself, you drive into the valley, and they've got like a couple of the movie props left over to take pictures with and all that, which is going to be fun. But really just like driving around where Jurassic World was shot and Jurassic Park and seeing all those locations is very exciting to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
we have seen some vlogs from the same experience, so we won't be like the first to ever do it, but it will be our opinion and
we
our
will find a way to make it fun and unique for all of you. Yeah, This was one of the things that, like, if we were going to go do Oahu, this was one of the things that was like, we have to do it, as was the helicopter tour.
Because we didn't want to do like too many. It does start with a K.
Kahlua Valley.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same as the ranch then.
Okay.
I didn't know because it was so, it's a good like 30 minutes from the ranch.
Isn't it called Kahlua Valley Ranch?
Maybe.
I think that's why it's called Kahlua Valley.
Mm.
Dinosaurs.
So regarding volcanoes, we will be looking at some of the inactive
Yes,
volcanoes
I think we're flying over some
during our helicopter tour. Because
I don't think we're going near the one that's currently.
We had looked at doing a hike, like an actual like drive to a location and then just do some hiking. The thing of it is, it's so far away to the trails, and the hike itself will take so much time that we were just like, if we pack this extra thing in on top of the things that we really wanted to do, which was the UTV and the helicopter, we're gonna wind up like getting back like just in time to move on to a luau or a dining reservation, and we're gonna wind up feeling rushed. And we just wanted to have a little bit of turnaround time.
I really didn't want to be like theme park exhausted every single day of this trip.
If you want to, you got to get here in like 3 days. We are leaving. I don't know if we've actually mentioned this. We're leaving on Saturday.
Yeah.
So we are right on the cusp of heading out, and we're flying in like dark 100. Like our flight leaves here, Baltimore area, at like 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Meaning we have to be there at 4. Meaning we have to be up at 3. Meaning we probably just weren't going to sleep on Friday night. We're going to vlog that whole travel because we do have to change planes.
And I apologize.
Be,
I will look like a zombie.
We actually have a limo taking us up from Honolulu Airport and taking us to Aulani. Before you get excited, it's not a fancy long stretch prom limo. It's like an SUV, but it's a very nice company that's very reputable. So we'll vlog everything of that, so you can see what that journey looks like, and that will actually be the first vlog of 2023, because this Hershey vlog will be the wrap up on our 2022 season, plus whatever the highlight reel is. Now, that is most of what we had to talk about Aulani-wise, because we do have a second destination to get to. But I do want to throw out there, because I've been teasing it, that we are not doing a resort tour. Mm-hmm. We're doing a lot of breakout vlogs. We'll do a room tour of sorts, probably as part of our travel vlog. Yeah. Because otherwise we'll just mess up the room. But we'll do all of that. And then in addition to all the vlogs you can expect from Aulani, what you will get instead of a resort tour is a live stream. We are going to be doing a bonus live stream in exactly 1 week at exactly this same time, 7:30 Eastern, which will be for us 2:30 in the afternoon in Honolulu. We will be streaming. It'll be our first attempt trying to stream by mobile, so I apologize in advance for any technical.
If you want to see that train wreck,
I've been practicing, but that doesn't mean everything will go well. So hopefully everything does. But we will be doing a live stream for you guys. In 1 week from today will be a bonus live stream, probably the last of the year. And then we'll take a couple weeks off to recharge and recover and start editing out the actual vlog so you can see what we've been up to. But we'll give you guys a walk around as opposed to something that we have to like edit and shoot and everything. Because we figure that's the best way to show you all what's going on without like burning through our entire day. Yeah.
And if you thought of questions about Aulani or anything,
yeah, we'll be able to answer them live.
Ask us while we're there. Or if you just want to say hi.
We would love to say hi and Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays for those who don't celebrate Christmas.
Merry everything.
But there's more! We are spending a week in Aulani. As you may expect, we are spending 1 week someplace else. And the most convenient way to get back to the United States after having stayed in Aulani.
The most convenient way.
It is the most convenient way. And it's also the way that we want to go. Is to cut through a certain other state, which is right on the West Coast. We are going back to Disneyland.
Costume change!
Costume change! Now these ears, we do know who made these ears.
Yeah, I will try to look up where I got these. I know I got them on Etsy somewhere. These are made by Kim from Soaring Over the Magic. Kim, you did not put any cards in my package, and I don't know what your small shop name is. If it's not Soaring Over the Magic, I need to know. But Kim, I have to say, if you're still watching, if not, totally fine. But they match my Mickey sweatshirt, spirit jersey so nicely.
There you
go. Yay! So this is going to be one of my
Disneyland
that
jersey
outfits.
Comes compliments of Kaylee from Fantastic Fandoms, by the way.
I let my friends dress me.
I'm just wearing Hershey Park stuff because I have no class.
It is the same.
It is the same.
And I will know what to tell people when they compliment your ears.
All right, so we are going back to Disneyland, guys. When you fly to Hawaii from Maryland, you are going to have to make a stop somewhere. As it happens, we're changing planes in Vegas to get there and then just continuing on for about a 12-hour day. On the way back, we wanted it to be slightly more relaxing, so we decided to chill and plop ourselves down in Disneyland. Now, here's the thing. We are traveling on Christmas Day. So we are going to be tipping every driver excessively for having to work on Christmas Day. I do feel kind of bad about it, not gonna lie, but it was super cheap to fly on Christmas Day, and that was a huge priority for us because flying to Honolulu was kind of expensive. So we're going to be flying Christmas Day to Anaheim. We're gonna get in around 6 o'clock, and then we have a shuttle service from Disneyland that's been prepaid to Hilton Anaheim. So where we are staying, we are not staying at the Disneyland Hotel this time, much as we would like to. It's just not cost effective for this trip since we're burning so much time and money in Hawaii.
We don't have to sell one of our cars to come back from Hawaii.
So we're going to be staying at the Hilton Anaheim, which is not far at all from Disneyland. It's actually across the street and around the corner.
Fun fact about the Hilton Anaheim.
Where we got our first
tickets.
tickets.
We bought our first Disneyland tickets.
Because
Tim was finally convinced to take me to Disneyland.
We were at a conference and Katie wandered into the Anaheim, it was like right next to the Anaheim Convention Center, right? Mm-hmm. So the Hilton, we wandered in to get food because we couldn't find anything worthwhile in the complex itself. And then we went, there's a food court underneath the Hilton. So we wandered there and then we started seeing signs for Disney tickets. And knowing that it was right across the street, I was like, I mean, let's see how much they cost, and then we'll make a decision.
Well, he thought Disneyland was so much farther away.
And we went
to downtown.
Thinking Disney World.
We had walked to downtown Disney, and then we walked to the end of downtown Disney. He's like, holy moly, the parks are right there.
Literally right there.
So, anyways, it'd be nice to return to the roots of our Disneyland adventure.
So
it does look good.
How do you know she was talking?
Maybe she was talking to both of us. I think she was talking about me though.
So we're going to be staying at the which is it's a good neighbor hotel, by the way, because it's surrounding Disneyland. So we are going to be staying as part of a Disney bundle, which means we do get Genie Plus, which will be nice. We have 4 days at Disneyland. We are not going to be going there on travel day, but we are going to be going there on Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas. Now, fortunately, Disneyland holds together most of its Christmas celebration until the week after Christmas leading up to New Year's. So we'll still get to celebrate Christmas at Disneyland. And part of our vlog series from this trip is going to be like, what does Disneyland look like on Boxing Day? Is it as crazy crowded as it would be on Christmas Day? What can you guys expect? And we're going to be trying as many holiday treats as we possibly can in that span of time.
Festival of Holidays is still going on.
Yeah.
And I don't get to have any festival holidays Walt Disney World stuff this year. So, hello, welcome. Yeah, see, Tim complimented both mine and yours.
No,
Katie
Tim complimented mine and then flipped to yours because you were feeling
Kaylee
insecure.
Only complimented mine so far.
I hate my life. So, what we're doing, our itinerary at Disneyland. Food-wise, we have secured some amazing reservations. We are having dinner at the Lamplight Lounge, which those of you who aren't familiar with Disney's California Adventure, the Lamplight Lounge has some very reputable food, but that's not the reason we chose to go there. We are actually somehow, some way, we wound up lucking out and we secured a reservation for 8:30 p.m., approximately 30 minutes before the kickoff of the World of Color holiday celebration. So we will be able to watch World of Color from Lamplight Lounge, which will be really, really cool. Now, I can't guarantee we're going to have the best seats, but no one's stopping me from getting up from the table and walking over to the balcony.
Yeah, I think that's kind of expected when it goes off, but
yes, we'll see. I'm hoping that we have a good spot. I'm hoping we have a good spot, but even if we don't, I mean, that's an awesome way to be World of Color. We'll have multiple chances packages over multiple nights to see the show if we don't like where we're sitting during this dinner. But we'll be vlogging the experience.
And Tim missed out on World of Color for our spring trip, so I'm looking forward to him seeing it. And it is the Christmas version, but
it is.
I
imagine it's the scale.
The same
vibe.
Yeah, the scale of it should be the same.
I imagine just like, you know, World of Color with sleigh bells right now. And if I'm wrong, I'll be that much more.
It's just Donald Duck singing "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree" for like 15 minutes straight. I'd pay.
Yes.
I'd pay.
Those are the two things. You didn't miss that much. You just missed the cool itinerary in Hawaii. Everyone in the comments will tell you that there's a lot of stuff going on.
No worries.
We are also exploring Riverbell Terrace.
Wow, you keep forgetting the name of that restaurant.
No one would have known that if you hadn't told them.
Guys, I had to minimize it to look it
up. I
up.
had to flip through tabs to see our plans. I keep forgetting what this one is called because I keep wanting to call it like the New Orleans Square because I'm used to playing the Disneyland Adventures game. And you can't go into restaurants in that game. I'm just like, oh, it's the
New
Liberty
Orleans
Square
restaurant.
All right, so Riverbell Terrace, the reasoning behind this is because we originally booked it for a dinner that we thought would give us the best chance at catching Fantasmic, which has returned nightly at Disneyland. We will be seeing that as well. But when looking at the packages that were available, we realized that there was another restaurant we would much rather pair with the Fantasmic viewing to give us the best seats. We did want to try Riverbell Terrace, though, because going through all the reviews and whatnot, everyone had good things to say about the food, and we've never eaten it. So it was like one more thing to check off our Disneyland.
We haven't tried many table service restaurants inside the Disney.
We've done a lot of Storyteller Cafe.
Yeah.
We've done breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Storyteller Cafe. But that's because it's just the easiest one to snag up. As long as you're not going for character breakfast. If you're just going for the buffet, you can find reservations anytime. In the parks, yes, we've not done a ton of sit-down meals at the restaurants, so we're looking forward to Riverbell Terrace. We are more looking forward to, I think you all might know what's coming next. Blue Bayou was closed when we booked our first ever trip to Disneyland.
And our second ever trip.
Our second ever trip, it was also closed because
the whole parks were closed. Oh, you're talking about...
Yes, our actual like boots on the ground in the park trips. It's been closed both times.
I had a reservation for this for my birthday.
Yes, we were able to get it.
You can guess what happened.
2020 went awry in ways we probably don't need to discuss. Right. But in 2021, 2022, all of the plans that we had were reliant around, normal operations, and we didn't really get that. Pirates of the Caribbean, which if you don't know, is part of the Blue Bayou. You can literally sit and watch people go by, similar to the way at Epcot you can do the San Angel Inn and see the Caballeros boats go by. This is the Pirates of the Caribbean version of that. Except for supposedly the food is like 10 times better. I don't necessarily. I like San Angel.
Yeah, me too. And I've heard some people don't like Blue Bayou either, but I don't care. I'm gonna eat there, and I'm gonna enjoy myself.
You can't please everyone.
Nope.
So Blue Bayou, we do have reservations for, and I kind of hinted at this, but if I didn't completely give it away, we have a Fantasmic dining package with the Blue Bayou. So we will be dining at Blue Bayou and doing the Fantasmic immediately after. Now, here's the thing. Those of you who have been lucky enough to see Fantasmic after the reopening at Disney World, more power to you. We have never seen the OG show.
Honestly, I don't even know how long Fantasmic's been a thing, but the only time I may have seen it is in the 90s, but I don't even know if it's been around that long.
We've heard the soundtrack a lot.
A lot.
It's part of like the Disneyland playlist that loops in the car for us every time we drive. But we've not seen the actual performances of the show. We've only seen like reels and YouTube clips. And so we do try to kind of like skirt around like the plot details so we can see it for the first time with our own eyes. But we've been doing that for literally years. So we are excited to finally see the OG Fantasmic at Disneyland. The original show it's performed all around that Center Lagoon in Rivers of America? Or is that Disney World? I think it's Rivers of America.
I think it's Rivers of America.
Rivers of America. Whatever
Correct
the big
us if we're wrong,
lagoon is in the center of Disneyland. It's going to be Fantasmic, and we have a reserved spot that we get with our dining package. So we're super duper excited. That will be a mind-blowing experience. Now, the other thing is, because it's Christmas, we have ride overlays left over from Christmas. Not pictured here is the Small World holiday, which should still be up as well, and we're super excited for that. But
represented by
here, hold on. There you go.
Yeah, in case you forgot.
The small world clock. But we will be also experiencing the Haunted Mansion holiday. And with Genie Plus, I feel like we have a shot of getting on both in one day.
We have seen Haunted Mansion Holiday before.
That is one that we have seen. That was actually my first Disneyland Haunted Mansion
but in between, I've gotten to do original Haunted Mansion, I think 2 or 3 times now. So
at Disneyland.
Yeah. So
at Disney World, probably like
a billion. But yeah, so I'm ready to see the overlay again. I think it's fun. I love it.
The most exciting thing to us personally about going to Disneyland, not just like during the holidays, but even just after Christmas, because it won't be quite as busy as Christmas Day. It's going to be busy because you're leading right into the New Year's holiday, and not everyone is going to be leaving the parks between. But we are excited to see the castle with the icing lights on it again, which we've not seen at Disney World for years because of the 50th stuff. So there's nothing stopping us from seeing this. We'll get to see the snowfall break again, or sorry, it's the snowfall show again. I was just reading Connor's I was combining my words with Connor's comment. Thank you, Connor,
for
popping
joining
in.
us,
We
Connor.
appreciate it.
Good luck with the rest of your shift.
So we are excited to see the snowfall show, the Christmas fireworks, which should continue on.
We're very excited because I know I keep bringing back like the first time we ever went there, but because the first time we ever went was like December 5th or something like that, this was the first this is how the castle looked the first time I ever laid eyes on it. Because it was dusk. We walked in just in time for the snowfall show. So I'm really excited.
Literally, like we hit Main Street and we were running to Indiana Jones to make back then it was Fast Pass and we got it for free. So we were running to Indiana Jones, and then we like stopped because the announcer was like, please remain still while the lights dim for safety. And we just wound up like getting lost in the moment. It's a really fun memory for us. Yeah. Then we ran to Indiana Jones afterwards. But that moment just stuck in our minds. So we're super excited.
It's been so long since we've seen the lights on the castle at Walt Disney World. So
it is going to be fun. Of the two, Disney World or Disneyland, we would choose to go to Disneyland 100 times. It's not always like logistically feasible between the two.
It's never more feasible,
but if you haven't been, you should go. So this is all. Oh, I forgot to bring this up. Small World was closed when you guys went.
Oh, it was under refurb.
Also,
the Strong Nightmare. Yes.
Well, that's what it is.
Yep.
If you're not familiar, Haunted Mansion Holiday is the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay. So they change all of Haunted Mansion to Nightmare Before Christmas. Jack Skellington and Sally animatronics. It's pretty extensive. So we will.
It's
don't worry.
Enough
we will be vlogging that.
They close it for like a month, but to put it up and take it down.
We didn't really talk about what our actual vlogs were coming from that trip. We will be vlogging Blue Bayou and Fantasmic as a combined. We will be vlogging the Boxing Day and what you can expect from that, and that will include, hopefully, if we can get both Small World Holiday and Haunted Mansion Holiday, some of the snacks. We'll probably do a second video that's just like snacks, because we'll have Festival of the Holidays at DCA. There's a lot to cover. The only thing that's not going off that week that would otherwise be going off during the holiday season is the after party, like the Christmas party. That's not happening at all this year. We were thinking it would probably be over and we'd miss it anyway by the time we went because it'll be after Christmas, but it just didn't happen. So for whatever reason, there's no Christmas party in Disneyland this year. But we're totally cool with that because we can just laze about. We'll probably do like 2 days worth of vlogging and then like 2 days worth of hanging. So you can expect all of these things to trickle out. This is probably a pretty good transition to what lies ahead, because we did want to talk about what the future of our channel looks like and all of that as we head into the new year.
Before you panic, we're not moving anywhere.
We're not
moving.
We're not going to Florida. We're not going to California. We're not going to Cedar Point. I don't know.
We're not moving anywhere.
We're staying right where we are. But we do have a long-term plan for how we're going to divvy out content in the future. And we'll see how it goes. So regarding this trip and how the vlogs are going to flow from this one, This trip is so long, and if you haven't noticed, we've not been keeping to any like hardcore schedule, and we've missed quite a few weeks in between the beginning of this year and the end of this year. But we try to pump out a vlog a week, usually on Thursdays. It used to be 2 o'clock, and we've kind of shifted it to 3 o'clock to get more traffic, because that's when we've seen like you all and anyone else who's kind of like finding us for the first time seem to be kind of clustering in the late afternoon, evening times. So we try to do that, just pump out one vlog a week on Thursdays. If we have an extra one, we will get it out whenever we can, and it usually falls on a Monday. Now, as this trip is going to be 2 weeks long, and we're going to be accumulating somewhere in the neighborhood of like 20 vlogs, something like that. Like, it's going to be a lot. Yeah, but some of them are going to be shorter than others too. We're going to be dropping these vlogs over the first couple of months of 2023. So January, February, I do have like an actual calendar of when I want to release stuff. It doesn't always work out, because sometimes, you know, you go down with a head cold in Disneyland, which I'm really hoping not to do this time. That kind of cut into our Disneyland plan last time, which hurt the vlog effort. But if everything goes as planned, I do have a calendar of release. You're going to see these things trickle out at least once a week, sometimes twice, over the first few months of 2023. So there will always be Tim and Katie content flowing during what for us would be the off months, where not a lot of theme parks are open, a lot of local attractions close up, or are otherwise logistically harder to get to because of weather. Weather in the Northeast is always a thing. Mm-hmm. But you'll also see some stuff trickle out from us from like Field of Streams Valentine's event, St. Patty's Day events. Busch Gardens is very close to being a year-round operating park now. Yep. King's Dominion is a year-round operating park now. There will be other stuff slipping out. As we get into the later half of the year, we are going to be, Tim, you'll be excited about this. If no one else is, Tim, you'll be excited. We are going to be sticking closer to our home parks initially, especially during the summer months. Hershey Park is literally an hour away from us, and it is our home park. It's where we go most often. And so you'll see we've got a couple ideas about how we're going to bring out some new, fresh content from Hershey Park, not the least of which will be the opening of Wildcats Revenge in summer of 2023. We are renewed king-size pass holders at Hershey. In 2023, we will be attending the pass holder previews for Wildcats Revenge, hopefully more than once. I'm hoping we can just book the whole weekend and just keep going. So we will be sticking closer to Hershey Park and Busch Gardens initially. We do have additional trips already booked. I can't say everything about all of them right now, but I can tell you that where we go on these trips, they will be much like the Hawaii trip we're taking now, which is kind of experimental in nature. These trips will be longer and much, much further. We will have more vlogs from longer trips sneaking out over a couple months. And then, of course, as we get into like spooky season, we'll be busy as heck as usual. I will kind of dash some hopes and say that we might not make it to Florida for Hallow Scream or Halloween Horror Nights next year. But we will have some exciting things coming from local haunts that we've already...
We try to explore some more closer places for haunts and stuff, too.
I mean, Halloween Horror Nights is always going to be good. Hallow Scream has been good twice in a row, so I will miss them, but...
We'll keep an eye on the predictions, and if something
can't be missed, we will go down for a quick weekend, do that one thing, and then come back.
Yeah, but we won't be doing like 5 days in Florida, probably not this year. However, we will have some other cool stuff coming. We've already got some stuff booked for spooky season 2023, believe it or not, and there's some really cool stuff that we've not really had an opportunity to do anything like it before. That's already like we've set aside time for it, so we are super excited to bring all that stuff to you. The summer stuff and some of the winter stuff we have planned next year will be super exciting. We've got trips on the calendar. We've already got two-week trips booked for spring and summer, and we will be going some places we've never been before, and we will be bringing content that is significantly less saturated to the channel. So we will be staying in our neighborhood of theme parks and experiences, travel and tourism, stuff like that, but there is new stuff coming from Tim and Katie. Basically what you can expect from us in 2023 is fewer trips,
longer trips and more vlogs from each trip that will fill out the time in between each trip.
So I apologize. You will still see videos of me wearing Christmas stuff in like February and March because that's where they're coming from.
Although I rarely, this is like my Christmas outfit right here. I've got my Hershey Park Christmas snow. At least there's snowflakes. You can't tell.
I love that hoodie. I think it's cute.
I mean, I wore it for the Candy Lane vlog, which comes out this Thursday. The Candy Lane vlog, I'm fairly proud of the Candy Lane vlog. I hope you all watch it. Yeah. But if you don't, it's okay.
We had a great time at Candy Lane this year. And we did. No rain.
No rain. No rain at Dark Nights or at Candy Lane. It was wonderful. Probably never happened that way again.
No.
But yeah. So that's also with our live streams, we're going to continue them through the new year as scheduled currently. Every other Tuesday with a couple weeks off after our Alani trip and during our Alani trip, we'll have that one live stream to show you guys the resort, and then we'll carry on with our regular schedule after that. But we'll be having more people on them. So I will say we've already talked to a few people about coming on, and those of you who are watching and might not have been invited on yet, don't worry, you're in the back of our minds. We're just planning a topic for you.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to
think of some more like interactive.
We really want to make them fun because the whole point of this live stream series is to like kind of connect us with you more and like have you guys feel like you're more a part of what we're doing and help you influence the vlogs and get the content you actually want. So yeah, this is.
Yeah, we did do that. He's like, I'm gonna go get them off now.
Funny thing, it's not in the vlog because I felt bad about it, but we were talking Tim's ear off while we didn't even think about the fact that Mixed, which is one of those like concentric circles flat rides. There were people sitting at the top of a cycle waiting to get down, and we're just like talking to our guy Tim, the operator. Good times.
He was so nice, but he's like, I'm gonna go get these people down now. We're like, oh my gosh.
Good
I was
times.
like run away.
LW says the most important thing is to make sure you have fun, not let it burn you out. I agree 100%. We do get burned out sometimes, but usually it's at the end of a long spooky season where we've just gone like hard, like 3 things a weekend and just keep going and going and going, and then we just need to settle for November.
So I'm hoping things are spaced out enough. And there's probably going to be vlogging every day, but there's not going to be like, we're not releasing like daily vlogs at Alani. We're not doing like day 1, day 2, day 3. It's going to be a little piecemeal.
So we are doing. We talked about doing day 1 and day 2, and then cutting cameras after that. Listen, don't you put me on blast now. We had this conversation.
Blast!
I literally said I plan. It's literally on the little tab over. I'll show you the vlog calendar. This is day 1, day 2. Travel day.
Okay, well, not day 1 through day 8.
No, that's what I was saying. You don't have 8 days of vlog. We will probably make day 1 and day 2, which day 1 will include travel.
Oh,
we'll just compact everything together.
You didn't say. I mean, a travel vlog. I was counting.
Well, we're gonna go straight from getting off the. It's gonna be 2:00 when we touch down over there. Okay. We're gonna have a whole day to experience.
I'm even more satisfied with this.
It's not gonna be cumbersome. That's the plan. We're gonna have fun times, and it's gonna be the same for our future trips too. Like we're not gonna vlog every single day everywhere we go, or if we do, it will be not for the entire day, but we will have plenty of content. As we get close, we won't do a trip announcement for every single thing we want to do because we do want some of them to be surprises, but we will let you guys know when something cool is about to happen so you can expect. And if you're not following us on Facebook and Instagram, now is the time to do that because you will see first where we are and what we're doing as we're on the way if you're following us. If you're not, you'll just have to wait till it hits YouTube, which could be 3 months later. All right. Well, that's largely what we wanted to talk about, guys, is how we're kind of building out next year. And we've already got stuff on the books and we're excited for all the things. Literally, like we've paid for some stuff. They're happening. It's not theoretical. Yeah. We are traveling a lot in 2023. Yeah. We are not leaving the home base of Maryland as far as like physically moving our persons, but we are doing a lot more traveling for a lot longer periods and then fewer trips overall. And it's going to just filter out over the course of 2023.
I think before we move on to the next slide, this is a good opportunity since it's not our last live stream of the year, but it's our last live stream from home. And who knows what we're going to remember to say next week when we're on at Alani. Just to thank everyone for joining us for this. I guess we started the live stream. When did we start these?
February.
So almost a year.
Almost a year of live streams.
So it definitely was our 2022 project, and it's really gone very well.
Probably like 6 or 7 bots over the course of all that time. So either we're just not popular enough to merit the attention of bots, or we've done an excellent job of putting out just the wrong kind of content to allure them.
Well, I just say there's some people who, not that we're taking attendance or anything, but you do notice the people who are here a lot, or try to be here as often as they can. And we talked to ourselves if there was no one here, but we really do appreciate you guys. I won't name names because I don't want to call anyone out, but you guys know who you are. And for anyone who's ever just popped on, even for a little bit, we know you're busy. We appreciate it.
The live streams are never like required.
No,
they're not obligatory. We just like it to be conversational and like people to pop on when they can pop on.
And if you'd rather watch the replay on your own time, if you're watching it now on replay,
God
thank
bless
you
anyone
so
who
much.
watches the replays, because we are long-winded and we talk about nothing.
Yeah, that's really nice of you. Even if we're just on in the background while you're doing your dishes or whatever, we appreciate it. So I just wanted to say that because I don't know where my head will be next week. So just in case we forget.
And this, as we said, the live stream series will be continuing. We love you all too. The live stream series will be continuing. It's not going away. I think it's been fairly successful in integrating us with all of you and what you're all doing, giving you guys a voice in the vlog. So we definitely want to keep that. But as we say, I think we'll find new ways in 2023. We've already been working on some strategies of how to make them more interactive and get you guys more of a voice in the community here. So there's fun stuff ahead on all fronts. I think that's it.
Yeah, that was my life system. Your face was like, what is she gonna say?
Well, how many fights have we gotten into this year? Let's count the live stream fights. Let me see.
Oh my God, no, we're not doing that.
What are you doing to the brand? What's going through my head?
I was just thinking like that.
Creator Spotlight, as always. Now, we won't be able to do this next week because I don't know how to do it on the we will not have an intro, an outro, or probably graphics next week.
Spotlighted
but we
quite
have
a few over the last.
Yeah, we will always spotlight people on Instagram too. So anyone who's not been mentioned this year, please forgive us. It's not because we don't love you. It's because we've been just scrambling, trying to get everyone a turn in the limelight. But I do want to highlight Abby Wood Adventures, who's been very supportive of us from the beginning and watches our vlogs consistently, based in Tennessee, and has a relationship with Four Seasons in some capacity. So has a lot of super cool, very ritzy content spilling out on Instagram and TikTok in particular, but also on YouTube because Dollywood's in her backyard. Definitely check her out. She's great and she's lovely and we love interacting with her.
Me just realizing Abby Wood is supposed to be Dollywood.
Yeah.
That's cute. I just was like, oh, her last name's Wood. Nope, it's not. I don't know what her last name is.
Lens and Luggage is actually an account I literally just found. Very travel oriented, as the name might imply, but also takes amazing pictures of destinations and brightens up my feed constantly. Thank you, Instagram algorithm, for feeding her into my feed.
into my
scrolling. Feed. Yeah, my laziness was rewarded. But amazing account, definitely check her out. And Thrill Static, I didn't know this until very recently, which I should have because I'm stupid. But Thrill Static I've been following for over a year. Apparently is a ride off at Toverland in the Netherlands. I've just been following him because he does amazing. He goes to if you're not familiar at this point with Phantasialand and Europa Park, then I don't know how you found our channel, but God bless you. But Thrill Static goes to all those places in Europe, has different coaster. And one of my favorite things that he does, particularly on Instagram, there's like not daily, but it's at least a couple days a week, he'll post like a music quiz. Like he'll have music playing in the background and then he'll be like, name the ride. And it'll be like 4 rides from like 4 different theme parks.
Okay, you have pulled up that quiz.
I love that account. I just love watching. And he's so energetic. Just go follow him on everything. YouTube, TikTok, Discord, Instagram, everything.
I don't have all
He's so funny. I will admit that, he is, I believe he is Dutch since he lives and works in the Netherlands. but I don't understand half of what he says. But he does post a lot in English, which is very.
I was gonna say,
applicable.
knowing the Netherlands, he probably speaks 4 languages.
Yeah, America's the only country where not everyone speaks multiple languages fluently, so we kind of suck. But overseas, excellent experience all around.
Yeah.
April!
Happy birthday, Emma!
Happy
I
birthday
can't
to
believe
Emma.
she's 9. Oh my gosh! Sorry, I've been meaning to like message all day, but I was really enjoying the pictures. This is our friend April. Her
Thrifty Nerdy Mom, please go follow.
adorable
like, subscribe.
daughter is getting so big. Oh my god!
You did not miss
No,
anything.
it's fine. You're busy being a mom.
Life gets in the way. It's cool. Also, yes.
Yes, we
Coaster's
did.
right.
We do like sometimes the.
We are often at each other's throats over coasters, but that's okay.
Or,
That's,
like,
that's just like enthusiasm
different-
101.
Sometimes we're like right on the same page, and other times it's like I don't know who you are.
I do want to remind you all one more time that if there is one live stream not to miss, it will be next week's, when we will be doing a resort walkabout from Alani. It will be at the same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, which will be 2:30 p.m. where we are in Honolulu. Well, not technically in Honolulu, but Oahu, where Honolulu is very close by. And I believe that is where we wrap things.
Yep. Give us a thumbs up if you want Tim to wear his Hawaiian shirt on the live. Thumbs up.
It's such a stupid shirt.
It is not.
It's such a stupid
It's
shirt.
not. Thumbs up, guys. Hawaiian shirt.
You should give the thumbs up to the live anyway, because it helps the channel. It helps us prosper and grow. I will read it as
And
you supporting the
also-
channel and not you telling me to
Tim.
put on a Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaiian shirt. He has to wear it at least once.
I will wear the Hawaiian shirt at least once. but
I'll
it
get a
might-
picture,
It might be
guys.
to the luau. That would make
I can
more
live with
sense.
that.
All right, y'all. Well, we appreciate everyone tuning in. This is
Thank you, April.
April's working against me. I've been here for like 5 minutes and already working against me.
She knows.
We love you all. Thanks for a fun year. Catch us next week from Alani. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them sometime before or during that live stream. We will try to answer as much as we can, walk about as much as we can, and not screw up with technology as much as we can.
Let's hope.
No promises.
We'll find out how strong the Wi-Fi is
We'll
there.
we got
Nothing
5G now, right?
else.
We'll do what we can do. Thank you all for joining us. It means a lot. We appreciate you all. And we will see you next from Hawaii in just a couple of days.
Little weak, but still.
Bye. Well, we'll be there in a couple of days.
That's true. That's true.
Bye. Every day.
Is a new adventure. We almost
See you next
forgot
time.
our time.
I didn't forget it.
Oh,
was
you
just-
started doing the buys.
No, you ruined it. Everything's
Oh.
ruined.
Oh.
Goodbye.